Well, I got some feedback from some students who have been working through PACE 1106, and we're going to talk about a couple of specific problems. Right now I want to look at problem 10 on page 14 and talk about a way to set that up that hopefully will make sense. I'm not going to finish it for you, but once we get it set up, I think you can solve it. I'm dressed a little differently because it's actually a Saturday morning, and I have a student coming in an hour for some algebra tutoring, and then at 10 o'clock we have church visitation, so I have my logo shirt on, and we'll go out a little bit later. So I thought I'd get some videos made before we do that. Let's look at question 10. Here on page 14 it says a man invests $2,400, some at 9.5% interest and the balance at 7% annual interest. If he receives $208 in interest, how much should he invest at each rate? Wow, those are great rates. I wish I could find a place that paid anywhere near that. I think I finally saw a certificate of deposit at a bank nearby paying almost 3%, which but you have to leave it in for like 2 years and have at least, I think, $1,000 or something in there. All right, so remember the formula for interest is principal times rate, that's the percent, times the time. Now, the total interest in this case is $208. Actually, I'm going to put that at the end, all right? So the first PRT plus the second PRT has to equal the total interest of $208. So in both cases, the year, the time is 1. So you know what, we can just take that out. All right, so a piece of cake, just take that out. So now let's put in the first rate, and it's 9.5%, so we can write that as 0.095, and we'll multiply that times P for principal 1, all right? Plus the second interest rate is 7%, so we want to do 0.07 times something, hang on, equals 208. If the entire principal is supposed to be $2,400, okay, then that might mean this is $1,000, and if that's the case, then this would have to be 1,200. Maybe this is 400, then what would this have to be? 2,000, right? Because they have to add up to 2,400. Maybe this is 1,200. Well, then this would be 1,200. So in every case, if I told you what this number was, let's say it's 2,000, okay? How would you figure out what number goes here? You are probably thinking you're adding. Actually, we're subtracting. So we're taking the 2,400, which is the total principal, and subtracting the amount of principal that is being put in at this rate, okay? But now I have an expression, so I'm only using one variable. I can't call this P1, P2, because I need to express one of them in terms of the other. I need to have one equation and end up with only one variable. So now we have it. We have, we took out the time because that was 1. We know the total interest, and the partial interest is for this one, partial interest for this one, and the principal here is going to be whatever this is, subtracted from the total principal of 2,400. I think that should be sufficient for you to be able to follow that through, all right, and solve for P, and hopefully that makes sense to you.